There we go. All right, and you are looking live at Sold Out MetLife Stadium, where today the 16-0 and playoff bound New York Giants are taking on the 0-16 Dallas Cowboys. And why are the Dallas Cowboys 0-16? Because they suck. Woo! Welcome to the Gridiron. Anybody out there at all going to spend a little bit of time with me here this evening? I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Or if anybody spends any time watching the replay of this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to try to shoot my mouth off here for about 30 minutes. Try to go about 30 minutes as I usually try to do. Anybody got anything to say, please feel free. Fire away. Throw in the chat box. I usually try to check on the chat box like every 5 or 10 minutes or so. So if I see something, something pops up in there, I try to respond to it as fast as I can. So please feel free, fire away. Plus, sometimes it's just nice to talk to somebody instead of me just like rambling on just for 30 minutes. Right? Hey, Terrence, what's up, buddy? Thanks for the labor of love. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the comment, pal. I'll be here for about 30 minutes. All right. Before I get started, if anybody wants to help support my channel out, it would mean the absolute world to me. In the description box below, the top link in the description box takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. The first one's called the Saquon. Second membership level is called the Lawrence Taylor. And the third membership level I got is called the Gridiron. Each one's got their own little perks to them. So if anybody wants to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me. Thank you. Then if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. I can use all the help I can get, all the support I can get, guys. But if you're not, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon. That way, next time I go live or put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. What do you got to lose, right? But if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then finally, in the description box below, there's 2 Facebook links. Okay, the top one takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. All right, it's a group. What do we got? We have over 3,000 members in the group. We just hit 3,000 a couple days ago. So we're over 3,000 members in the group, going strong. But if you do become a member, see, the nice thing about this is I put stuff in there 7 days a week. I'm always putting stuff in there, right? But if you become a member, the members put stuff in here as well, too. Okay, so between me and the members, there's a ton of New York Giants information going in here all the time. Okay, then the second Facebook link takes you to my Facebook page. Okay, it's a page. It's called the New York Giants Gridiron, but it's a page. Basically everything I got. Whether it's my YouTube channel, my Facebook group, or the Facebook page. It's all pretty much called New York Giants Gridiron. I say it all the time. That way a moron like me, I can remember. I don't got to, what's the page called? What's the group? Is the group called different than the page? What's the channel called? It's all called the same thing. Okay. But with the page, okay, I'm the administrator. I'm the only one to post anything in here. But it's the same thing. It's like 7 days a week. I put stuff in there. Once I get done with this video, I'm going to spend probably the next couple hours putting stuff in the group and in the page. Okay. So there's a ton of stuff, Giants, going in there. And I don't commingle. So basically, whatever I put in the page, I don't put in the group. Whatever I put in the group, I don't put in the page. Right. So there's a ton of stuff going in both of them. Right. Every day, 7 days a week. And I mean, whether it's a post, it's a picture, it's a video, something making fun of the Eagles. I just put, this was like late last night here in the page. I got something from Julius Brents, the cornerback from K-State. Heard a lot of good things about him. The freaking dude tested off the chart. Holy crap. I mean, RAS 9.99. Holy crap. My God. You can't get any better than that. Holy jeez. What a freak. Then something put in here, the draft order with the values that each draft pick has and everything. I might want to maybe stay on this one here for a little. Open this one up here. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty good. I might want to stay on that one there. But there's a ton of New York Giants information every day, right? 7 days a week. And basically, as I say in every video, if you go to the group and you become a member and you go to the page and you like and you follow, if you're not satisfied for any reason, you get your money back guaranteed. All right, all that stuff said and done with, man, woo! What the hell time is it? 10:38. It'll be close to about 24 hours from this second. We might know who the Giants are picking. I don't know if it starts at 8:30, but you figure with the 10 minutes in between each pick and all that and everything, 10:30, 11 o'clock, the Giants should be picking somewhere around there, which leads me into my first thing here, best and worst kind of trade scenarios and all that and everything. Now, best and worst. I'll just go one of the worst ones is just taking somebody, just to take, like if there's a run on cornerbacks, right? And they took this, Gonzalez is gone and, Joey Porter Jr. is gone. There's like 5 or 6 of them gone. We got to have one. So you just take the next one. Whether he might have a second round grade on you, or you might have a second round, just taking one, just we got to get ourselves to corner, that's obviously that's the wrong thing to do, but if they can, they got 10 picks. One of the nice things, having 10 picks, okay, is maybe grouping a couple of those later round picks, right, with maybe the first round and maybe jumping up. If they're gonna have to do some jumping, I think, to get like a Gonzalez, somebody, you know what I mean, you're gonna have to couple up a first, a second, and bunch of, to jump up way up. I mean, I don't even know if he's gonna make it out of the top 10. You know what I'm saying? If you fall in love with one of those guys, right? You gotta do some jumping. So, but with the 10, a good strategy would be, like I said, they got 10 picks, right? You're not sure if all 10 are going to actually make the team because we got a boatload we just brought in A'Shawn Robinson. We got Nunez Roches. We got a Carrick. We got Crowder, right? We brought in Smith. We just brought Sterling Shepard back. We got Slayton, Paris Campbell. I said Colin Johnson's coming back from injury. Wan'Dale Robinson's coming back from injury. Darren Beaver's coming back from injury. DJ Davidson's coming back from injury. McKeithen's coming back. Azuda's. We got all these. We just signed a bunch of guys. We lost some. Don't get me wrong. We lost some. But we signed some. And, Sean's making the team. Carrick's making the team. Right? Nunez Roches making the team. Right? We were Hassanauer in. These guys making the team. The guys were getting back from injury. A lot of them, they're making the team. So do we have room for 10 people? One of the, okay, we'll do the two. One of them would be take the first round pick. Okay. Now we're still in the building process. Even if we hit on the first 3 or so, whatever, we're not going to this. I don't want to, sorry. Don't want to feel like it sound like a jacket. We're not going to the Super Bowl. Okay. We still got another year or two. All right. Give Shane. All right. Give him a little bit more money next year. Give him a few, another 2 or 3 good draft, picks in the first few tooth. If you can get 3 starters in the first 3 picks, the first 3 rounds, that would really be good. Give us 3 starters this year. Right. Well, actually, we got 4 because our third round pick, third round pick, we got Waller. Right. I forgot all about that guy. Right. He's making the team. Right. But, I said next year, give us another good 3 picks, right? So you get 3 and 3. That's another 5 or 6 really good starters to the team. Now I think we're really talking. If we can maybe go out somewhere along the line next year and get that number 1 wide receiver, whoever that might be, right? Now I think we're knocking on the door, all right? But, we still got a little bit catching up to do. So it's a process. It's not like Shane came in 2022, 2023, we're in the Super Bowl. No, it's still a process, right? So if we can take that first round pick, this would be good, right? Couple it up with, it's tough to jump up, 10, 12 spots if you're not dishing out like a second and a third or something like that. It's kind of tough to do some good jumping, without the first and the second or the first and the third, So, but if you want to get rid of maybe a first and a fifth, or first, a fifth and a sixth, or something, or first and a fourth, or something like that, you can move up a couple of spots. So if they want to, if I said, if let me see here, where we at here. All right, so we're 25. If we want to, for some reason, want to trade with the Chargers at 21, right? This is a 261 to a 230. We'd have to jump up. Yeah, you know what I mean? Something along those lines. You know, we can maybe, if we want to trade up to maybe the Chargers, okay, we can maybe couple up maybe, all right, the first, the fourth, and the fifth and jump up. And in return, we might even get something back in return. Well, I have to say, but I mean, the Giants could jump up maybe 4, maybe 5 spots, okay? You know, and still keep the second and the third. Jump up. I mean, I said, if whatever, if they're in love with Njigba, right? If Joey Porter Jr. is starting to slide for that, if they got to have Banks and they see, you know, somebody, you know, there's a team there, you know, there's a little, got a couple of the cornerbacks are off the board. And you know they're in love with Banks, and they gotta have Banks, and there might be a couple. Where are we at here? Okay, all right. The Vikings are 2 in front of them. What was one of the worst defenses in all football? Was the Vikings? Okay, they had Peterson, but I mean the guys all, you know, they could use some cornerback help. Okay, without question. What do we got? T. Higgins is available tomorrow night. Would you trade for him? And what do you want? Oh, nah. See, because with Higgins, see, the thing is, you know, is that you got to give up draft capital, and then the problem is now you have to pay him, you know. And with the thing is, with man, if you look at the salary cap that we got right now, I mean, you know, let me just pull this up here. New York Giants salary cap. And I got new Giants salary cap. Now, if you go to over the cap and you go to spot track, for whatever reason, they got different numbers. Let's see. Over the cap, they got these. If it's going to load for me, I guess maybe not. Okay. All right. What do they got? Cap space. Looks like 94,000 in the red, looks like. That's over the cap. Spot track has the Giants at. For whatever reason, the numbers are always different. Spot track has the Giants estimated total cap space at like 1.8 million. Yeah. So I don't know where the numbers are different. I don't, you know. Yeah, I'm saying that the problem is like with Higgins. That's the thing. I don't. If we need a Tig Higgins to kick the frickin' Super Bowl door down, right? We make the trade. I mean, like an Aaron Rodgers, right? Now the Jets. I'm not saying they're whatever, second in play. You know, I mean they're top 1 or 2 or whatever as far as making the Super Bowl. But I mean, they just increased their chances a whole of a lot to go to the Super Bowl. They got a defense, right? If they need a wide receiver or something, there's a ton of wide receivers. They gave up their first round pick, right? But I mean, there's a ton of wide receivers. So that one trade with Aaron Rodgers, now they're banging at the door, the Super Bowl door. They still may not get there, but you know, but they're only maybe another 1 or 2 guys away. Like with T. Higgins, if we traded for T. Higgins and if somehow we could manage to pay the guy, right? We're still not going to the Super Bowl. Because you start looking at like next year. What I'm hearing is that, you know, or reading and all, is that they don't plan on bringing Adoree Jackson back. Okay, so they're going to need cornerback help. All right, you know, who we got? I mean, we got Holmes, we got Flott, Zion Gilbert, Aaron Robinson, Rodarius Williams. You know, I mean, we got some guys. Yeah, we got guys that can cover ABCD Lamb. You know, we got guys that can cover DeVonta Smith, the Brown. I mean, you got to start looking at the guys that we have in our own division. You know, I mean, if you gave the Commanders a really decent quarterback, I mean, the Commanders, they got some good wide receivers as well too. I mean, you know, and so if we don't have Adoree Jackson, right? I mean, good luck, God bless. Now, Adoree Jackson ain't going to get you a boatload of interceptions or nothing, but you know, we gotta start doing some replenishing, right? We still need, you know, we could use a center, right? Yes, it would still be, that I hate. I said, unless it's going to take you to the promised land, but if you're still pieces away, I don't like it at all. Yeah, I think if you can wind up trying to get somebody, in the draft, maybe this year or next year, I still think it's a process. So if you don't get one, we'll get a wide receiver in the draft this year. Oh yeah, may not be a T. Higgins, but we'll get somebody in the draft. I'm going to go over some of the names in a little bit here. Who still be out. There's a bunch of guys in the third and fourth round we can get. Once again, may not be as good as a T. Higgins, but some of the guys that can certainly help us. We got a lot. We got a lot of weapons. I mean, I said we don't have a DeVonta Smith and AJ Brown, but we do have a Darren Waller. Hopefully, he can stay healthy, right? And I said we got a bunch of other nice little pieces, but we don't have. We need somebody who can just keep the defense up, scare him at nighttime, keep him up at nighttime. How are we going to cover this guy? They got Darren Waller. They got Saquon Barkley. They got this guy. And how are we going to cover all 40s freaking guys? That's what you need. We got a couple of them. Hopefully, we keep Saquon. But, we could use a little, at least a good, really good, solid wide receiver. T. Higgins would be good. But, we still have some other pieces to go. But if we can couple up, I mean, I said, if for some reason, say whatever, Njigba fell, right, and they were just in love with Njigba, and for some reason he fell to, I lost it. Where are we at? Oh, there we go. Is this him? Nope, that's not it. I lost it. If he fell for whatever reason, let's see. Yep, I had so many whatchamacallits open here. I had so many these folders open up. I can't even find what I did with the I had the chart put up there. There we go. Is this it? Is this still there? We go. I had the chart pull up. I mean, say that the Ravens, okay, they could probably use maybe a little weapon, maybe, right, to help help them their offensive out, right? I mean, I don't know. They might the Chargers too. Now the Seahawks, all right. If they got Lockett and they got Metcalf, they might be okay. Maybe not trying to get a wide receiver. So maybe the Giants could try to couple up their first. What would they need? They would have to couple up at least their first, maybe their fourth and their fifth, right, to jump up. Okay, to trade with the Seahawks at number 20. If the Giants, say, for whatever reason, Njigba fell, right? Or if Quentin Johnston, who was falling, and he was the tall guy who could take, maybe kind of help take the top off the defense a little. The Giants could certainly couple up with something like that and maybe move up. Same thing I said, if the Giants wanted to jump up and trade at 22 with the Ravens, jump in front of the Vikings, who could certainly use cornerback help. Right, if one of those cornerbacks fell, trade your first and your fifth or whatever it is, jump up 3 spots or so, trade with the Ravens, get in front of the Vikings, okay, and make the trade. Maybe grab that cornerback. That wouldn't be bad, okay. That would be obviously one of the good scenarios. Another good scenario, okay, would wind up being, just say, because. This is not a phenomenal class. A lot of people I'm hearing is that they give 15, maybe 18 or so guys with first round grades, meaning if the Giants wanted to grab some with the first, they might have to jump up a little bit, okay, without totally wiping out their first, their draft, the first, second, and third picks just to move up really far, just to grab one guy. That would be bad, okay, because we need as many. We can use first, second, and third picks. We could use and really we need to hit on those guys too. But if we were to move back, that wouldn't be another bad thing. The thing is that you don't want to collect picks for this year. Okay, I mean, ideally if you could, because we're not supposed to got any compensatory picks next year. So next year, I think we're probably stuck with just 7 picks, which is not horrible. Doesn't mean we only have 3 or 4, but we only have 7. You like to have as many bites at the apple if you can. So if Shane could move back for some reason, as I'm saying, it's not a phenomenal, juicy draft, right? So, I mean, there's a lot of good, solid talent throughout, but as far as like first round grades, there's not a lot. So for somebody to want to jump up to trade with the Giants at 25, that might be asking a bit much. Might happen though. So if the Giants would say whatever, trade out of the first round, jump back for whatever reason into the second round, right, and maybe grab a draft pick or so for next season, because I mean, you don't want to have 13 picks for this year because they're not all making the team. Yeah, I mean, you can just rattle off a whole slew of guys that are making the team, and then it's like, we got 13 picks this year. They're not all making it. That's one of the the picks are kind of golden, right? And as when you pick, right, it's not like. I mean, I went on some of these videos I've done in the past. Some of these draft picks, the drafts classes, the Giants have had some of them in the past. I mean, we've had like 2 or 3 guys. They might have like 18 picks, and 3 of them might actually play football in the NFL, and the rest of them don't even make anybody's roster, nothing. I mean, but this is back, the draft is a lot different. The scouting system, everything's so much different. But these draft picks are golden. Last thing you want to do is say draft 7 guys and 3 of them don't make the team or something. I mean, that's not good. That's not good. If you bring it in 7, 8, 9 guys that you really want them to, these are guys you want to build a team with, right? So I mean, if you miss on 3 or 4 of them, so the last thing you want to do is trade back and start accumulating. That wouldn't have been a bad thing, is what he did last year. He traded back a couple times. I know he traded back with the Jets. Who else did he trade back with? Jacksonville or something. I forgot who else. He traded back 2 times in the second round, got the Wan'Dale Robinson, grabbed Wan'Dale Robinson. But along with that, he grabbed an extra 4th and an extra 5th last year. He's trying to build the team. He was given a crappy roster, wanted as many bites at the apple as you could. So he started collecting picks, which was good last year. That's not going to be so good this year. So if you trade back, say with somebody in the second round, the third or whatever, if you trade back in the second round, grab the other team's whatever second round pick, and then whatever they want, they're going to give you, say, a 5th. Well, get the 5th for next year, right? If you're going to trade in the 3rd round or whatever, you're trading back, whatever, grab their 3rd round or whatever, and grab their 6th round, but grab it for next year, right? Collect picks for next year. Right, because I mean, I don't know if 10 picks are going to make it this year. So I mean, there's good. There's you don't want to overreach. I mean, grabbing a center in the first round. You might have your pick at the center position, but there might be a reason why. I mean, so there's a lot of ways that they can go. In this draft here, it's going to be exciting because the one thing is you don't know at 25, you just don't know who's going to be there. You get all these mock drafts and everything, and you have no idea who's going to be there. All the stuff I keep hearing from a lot of these guys are very, very smart, know their stuff and all. I mean, I was just listening to one today. I mean, the guy said he wasn't even sure, what wide receivers would be there with the Giants, what wide receivers have come off the board first. I have a lot of people think Jigba might be the first one to go off the board. Gonzalez is going to be good. The cornerback is, some will be gone. But, I mean, you don't know. I mean, was somebody going to slide, right? Another thing is there going to be a run on any of them, right? Cornerbacks, wide receivers, right? You don't want to, there's a run on him. We got to grab our guy. Right, that's another thing you don't want to do. So there's a lot of good and bad. It's going to be exciting as hell, though. The thing is going to stink is waiting for 2-3 hours for them to pick, unless they jump up. Okay, but if they do jump up, you try to keep that 1st, 2nd, 3rd round picks, because those are the guys. They'll be the contributors. Not that the 4th or 5th rounders can't make the team and be contributors, but usually the 1st and 2nds, they have to be starters or big time contributors, and you want that 3rd rounder to be a if not a starter, to be a contributor. Once you start getting the fourth and fifth and all that, we drafted Darian Beavers late, right? He was looking he might have not only made the team, but he might have been a starter. Well, that's a bonus. That's a huge plus. That's why I'm really excited about seeing him out there, right? See what he can do. Let's hope he can stay healthy, doesn't get hurt again in training camp, makes it to the regular season. Let's see what he can do. But I mean, that's a huge bonus. You're drafting somebody in the fifth, sixth round and all that winds up being a starter. That's good. That's good. But you want those first two or three, at least two. If you can get the third one too, that's a huge bonus. I said, I mean, if you look at like last year, right? We had 2 firsts, you got Wan'Dale Robinson, you got a 3rd round pick, you got a first. We had 2 thirds this year, a second and a first, and then next year we got a first, second, and a third. That's like 11 picks in the first 3 rounds. That's half a football team, right? I mean, that's why it's going to be a process. I mean, just as I said, if the first and second days go by and we don't grab a wide receiver, well, this blows. We suck. Just mail the season in. We ain't gonna ever win. Give it time. It's still a process. You always got to remember that. It's always a process. It's still a process. Last year started the process, and you got to remember, last year Joe Shane came in. And he's kind of like looking around, like, "Hey, I'm Joe Shane. How you doing? Oh, you're my scouting guy. Hey, how you doing, Joe Shane? What you? Oh, all right, nice to meet you. He didn't even know these guys, right? So he's starting to weeding some of them out of where. So now he has a better grasp on what's going to go on, better grasp on how to run the operations, better also on who he has working for him as well too. So it should go a lot better this year. Okay. And I said, it'll be very, very exciting. Should be very, very exciting. But now if we go to the wide receivers, all right, now who might still be there? All right. Now this is the interesting part here. Okay. A lot of people seem to think that maybe got Quentin Johnson, obviously in Jigba. I mean, then there's Zay Flowers, right? And there's Addison, Jalen Hyatt as well too. So you kind of got those 4 or 5 guys there, right? Who's going to slide, right? Who's going to, is there one that the Giants really have their eye on? They might want to jump up for, right? A lot of people seem to think Quentin Johnson might be off. I mean, because he's the tall guy. Okay, tall. He's the guy who can pretty much maybe kind of take the top off. He got a 4.52 under 40. Okay, and Jigba, right? I mean, so now you get obviously you got Zay Flowers who's like 5'9", right? Addison 5'11", and Jigba 6'1". Okay, a lot of people saying Jigba is a really, really good wide receiver who could also maybe work on the outside as well too. Okay. But I mean, the problem is that when the Giants come at there's a wide receiver they don't like there. The problem is, do you want to grab a wide receiver you might have an early 2nd round grade on? That would be a problem. All right. A lot of these guys, like maybe a Josh Downs, okay, where does Marvin Mims fall in your, you got an early 2nd round grade because the Giants ain't picking the late 2nd round. Okay. I mean, I heard they were enamored with Mims. Who's the other guy? There was the guy from Cincinnati. I heard they were kind of falling. Scott, okay, 5'10", 4.44 in the 40, right? I heard that a report I saw was that they were kind of falling in love with him, but it says he's super fast and twitchy player who's long strider and has a ridiculous to take the top off the defense. Tracks the ball well downfield and shows good ball skills, including the ability to go up and high point it in contested catch situations. He's a former running back. Okay. Despite his only average size, was well considered strong and athletic enough to play on the outside. Lined up 96% of the time his college career on the outside. Okay, so I mean, I saw a report that they were, that they like Scott. There's, I love this freaking name, Butte. Love it, from LSU. Once again, kind of a small receiver from LSU, okay? It says here, one of the most athletically gifted players in the 2023 class who possesses great speed, acceleration, and size. And he's 5'11", okay? This is Scott's 5'10". Iosivas. I think that's how you spell his name. Iosivas. I'm not sure how they get Iosivas out of Iosivas, but from Princeton, okay? Now, I started seeing him, productive, 6'3", okay? Not, he says he's only 205. He can fill his frame out a little bit. 4'4", 40, 6'3". He's from Princeton, okay? But he did very well, very good job at Princeton, okay? Let's see here. Iosivas. I think shows good sense as a route runner and provides an enormous catch radius over the middle of the field. He has soft hands and uses his frames effectively to shield defenders, making him a major threat in the end zone. Okay. Shows suddenness of the line of scrimmage and accelerates quickly, and his top-end speed is among the best in the draft. Plays the more traditional and in-demand position of the outside position, okay? Lined up at the Z position 85% of the time last season, okay? So that's 6'3", right? That does, I mean, just because you're in fucking Princeton does not mean the man can't catch the freaking ball. 6'3", okay? And as I said, he ran a 4.43 40, so he's got some speed to him, okay? Then Michael Wilson, okay, from Stanford, he's 6'2". Ran a 4.58. And this guy, you don't usually hear wide receivers and Nebraska in the same sentence, okay? Unless it's bad, okay? But Palmer, the wide receiver from Nebraska, 6 foot tall, 4.33 in a 40, okay? So keep an eye out on him. Displays elite deep speed, former track star. Palmer won the state title in both the 100-meter and the 200-meter dashes, with his 200-meter time setting the state meet record. Explosive leaper who can make circus catches. He shows suddenness off the line of scrimmage and accelerates quickly, and his top-end speed is among the best in this draft. Is elite as both a kickoff and punt returner, too, which would be huge. Maybe worth drafting for this alone, okay? I mean, somebody like him, okay, you know, with his speed, you give the man a crease, especially on a kickoff return, if he doesn't get hurt, like Adoree Jackson, right? Could be, invaluable, right? Then you got Mingo from Ole Miss, okay, 4.46. He ran the 6'2", okay? Once again, the guy's got a little bit of height to him, okay? Is a broad-shouldered, long-limbed, and a smooth athlete who showed the ability to make plays downfield. He has top focus and does a nice job catching the ball in stride. Decisive runner who doesn't go down easily despite his size. Mingo plays with a smoothness and balance, and Mingo shows a knack for setting up defensive backs. So he's equally dangerous in catch and run situations as he is taking the top off of a defense, okay? All right, so once again, I've heard some good things about me. And some of these guys are projected, in like maybe in the 4th round, 3rd or 4th round. Okay. There's Parker Washington from Penn State. He ran a 4.49 40. I mean, look at some of these freaking. I mean. Then you got Reed from Michigan State, 187 is only 5. I mean, a lot of these guys are smaller, okay, but if ran a 4.45. Okay. Then you got this freaking guy. I mean, Ford Wheaton from West Virginia. What the frick did he run? 4.38 in the 40. Okay. 4.38. He's 6'4". He ran a 4.38. Okay. He's projected according to the NFL draft buzz here. Okay. Yeah. I think he's a 4th rounder, 4th or 5th rounder. Okay. Guy with elite speed might go in the 5th round. Okay. He proved at the combine that he has the best athlete. He proved at the combine that he was the best athlete in the wide receiver group, standing 6'4" and weighing at 221 pounds. Freaking ideal. And he can run a 4.384. Are you freaking kidding me? Wow. Put up this is freaky. 41-inch vertical leap, 129-inch broad jump. Very similar measurables to Seahawks star DK Metcalf. Is an impressive blocker. I mean, what else can you want? I mean, my goodness. Not unexpected given his almost tight end-like build. I mean, it's 6'4", 221. I mean, you add another couple pounds. I mean, man, the big-sized guy. He was also a catch-and-run threat, a creative runner who has some vision in the open field. He'll be an option to return kicks as well. You know, I mean, that's, you know, and I said, this you know, Ford Wheaton, possibly 4th or 5th round, 4th or 5th, taking a guy like that. You know, I mean, so it's just a lot of good. But I mean, somebody like him, you know, he you know, once you start getting to the 3rd, 4th round, you know, they have their own flavors, right? You get this guy, he's good on the outside, but he's not, you know, he may not have the best route tree running ability. You got somebody in the slot, okay, you know, that might be the only thing they could, you know, they are limited, okay. Let's see. Charlie Jones from Purdue ran a 4.43. I mean, freaking fast these guys are. Jalen Marino ran a 4.40, right? Raheem Jarrett, 4.40. I mean, the guy's supposed to go. He's only 6 foot tall. A lot of smaller guys. Raheem Jarrett. Let's see here. He's supposed to possibly a 5th or a 6th round. Okay, you know, so just that the Giants don't, and even in the first 2 days, obviously, right? First round, 2nd round, or 3rd round. If you know, we're heading into the 4th round or so, and you know, they haven't picked up somebody, it's not the end of the world. There's a ton of guys out there. Okay, ton of guys. I said just on this one page, you know, I mean Hutchinson from Iowa State is 6'2". He ran a 4.5 Nothing wrong with that. 6'2". He's got a little height to him. Rashee Rice, okay, a 6'1", 4.51. But I've heard some good things, some really good things about him. They say here he's a solid pro prospect who has pretty much everything you look for in a pro receiver. Right? So, Rashee, I've heard a lot of good things about him. Rashee Rice. Let me see. Where do they project Rashee Rice? 2nd or 3rd round. I mean, of course, possibly a 3rd round pick. Now, it doesn't mean he's going to go in the 3rd. He could go in the 2nd. He's not going to go in the 1st. I would be shocked, right? But I said, you know, I said Perry from Wake Forest, 6'4", 4.47 in the 40. Let's see here. It says he's an excellent NFL wide receiver prospect who has some elite measurables. He possesses ideal length and excellent deep speed. 4.47 in the 40 and 6'4". He's only 198, so he could maybe use standing. You know, he's not the strongest of build, okay, but 6'4", right? As I said, the Mims, smaller, fast. That, you know, a lot of the Giants are going to have to start, you know, thinking is that, you know, if we don't put these guys in the slot and they have to come up on the line of scrimmage, are these guys are going to get mauled at the line of scrimmage? Are they going to be able to get separation, you know, get away from the pressure and get some separation? That's the problem. I mean, when you're in a slot and you can put the guy in motion or something like that, or he's in the slot, so he's off the line of scrimmage. So when they snap the ball, you don't have a guy standing on top of him ready to mug him for 5 yards or so. You know, that gives them a good chance to get some separation going there. Okay. But when you got some of these other guys, you know, smaller guys at the line of scrimmage, right, and you got somebody standing right on top of them, you know, can they get away from that? Right? What we got? Love him. OBJ's agent told about him talking about, yeah, Yosavas. I think Yosavas. It's hard because I'm trying to listen to these broadcasters pronounce his name, but I'm like, how did they get that out of IOSIVA? I mean, it's like but you know, I mean, he did. I mean, but tall, right? And he did well at Princeton. Okay, he's not going up against Alabama or nothing. So you always got to keep that in mind, right? Because every weekend in the NFL, you're going up against Alabama. So, you know, so he has to, you know, perform. But I've heard nothing but good things about him. But I mean, you look at him. I mean, even in PFF, I think they had him like a 3rd or 4th round grade on the guy. You know what I mean? So you're going to get, you know, there's no Jamar Chases out there or nothing like that. There's no guy, you know what I mean? You just plug him in there and just, all right, you're the man. All these guys will have certain little roles to them and everything like that. Okay. But there's a speed. It's amazing. I mean, you're looking at 3rd, 4th, 5th round grade guys running 4.40s. I mean, holy crap. I mean, you know, so you'll find somebody. I mean, as I said, the problem is they got with Crowder and Smith and Shepard and Wando Robinson and Campbell. You got a lot of smaller guys. You know, you can't put 13 guys in the slot. I mean, you got to find room for all these guys. That's even if all these guys make the team, right? But you know, so I mean, you want to bring another guy in who's like 5'10"? I mean. You know, I mean, speed is great, but, you know, I mean, but, you know, you got to find roles for all these guys. You know, so, I mean, I said, we got a lot of guys. I mean, you start thinking, we got a lot of guys. You know, I said, you know, we got Colin Johnson coming back. I'm so happy about him. You know, I hope he stays healthy. But I said, but, you know, we just got Slayton, right? I said it was, you know, Paris Campbell, right? And Jeff Smith, you know, I said Crowder. We got Wando Robinson. We got Sterling Shepard. We're going to draft another wide receiver. You know, I mean, if we draft a wide receiver in the 4th round, guess he's making the team. You know what I mean? So, you know, you got to find room for all these guys. You know, so as I said, I mean, it's a nice deep class. I mean, it's not, as I said, it's one of the weaker classes. Because you don't know who's going to go first. You don't know when they're going to go. They're going to go to top. When's Jigba going to go? When's Quentin Johnston going to go? Are they going to go to top 10, 15? You don't know, right? There might only be 2 guys off the board by the time they get to the Giants. Addison might be there. Flowers might be there. You know what I mean? So that you don't know. But even if you do pass on one of these guys in the 1st round, as I said, there's a ton of guys. You know, the 3rd round, 4th round or so. So it's something you don't want to do is grab a guy and pick 25 who you think might has a 2nd round grade on. That would be once again that would be a horrible mistake. So the Giants, you know, a tough situation especially because you don't know who's going to be there. I mean, it's been the past 10 years. I mean, you know, we're picking number 5. Well, you can kind of figure who you might have a good chance of maybe who you're going to get. You know, and even number 7, you still got a good chance of figuring out maybe who you're going to get. 25, man, you have no idea at all. No idea at all. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be exciting as hell. Well, I'm going to be live tomorrow. So whenever it starts, I'm going to be live. So I'm going to go live tomorrow, and I'm going to go live Friday as well, too. So I'll be going live tomorrow. So whenever it starts, 8 o'clock, 8:30 tomorrow, whenever it starts, I'll be going live. So I won't be going live tomorrow at 10:30. I'm going to be home. So as soon as the draft starts, I'll be going live. So that's when I'll be live tomorrow. So I won't be live at 10:30. Same thing on Friday. I'll start whenever it starts, maybe a little earlier because there's 2. I think it's usually like maybe 7 o'clock or so. I think maybe on Friday it starts. So whenever it starts on Friday, I'll be going live for then too. So hopefully I'll be there for it's going to take a little while to get to the Giants at 25, but I'll be there all the way through the 1st round. And then obviously Friday night, I'll be there for the 2nd and 3rd round picks there. So, well, it's been 43 minutes. Boy, I'll tell you what do we got? It's 11:17. So what was that? 43 minutes. 43 minutes is going to be draft day. Man, just like freaking Christmas. I love it. And it's the beauty of it. I freaking love it. You got Thursday, you got Friday, and then you got Saturday, you got all those other picks. You know what I mean? So it's like Hanukkah. You got the 8 crazy nights of the Jewish holiday, right? You know, so it's like three days of getting freaking Christmas presents. I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. And then we'll have fucking week or so to talk about all of our draft picks we just had. But Terrence, man, good talking to you once again. Hopefully, I said I'll be going live tomorrow, so hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, right? You know, you can stop on there. I said I'm not going live for 30 minutes tomorrow. It'll be whatever, 3 hours, 3.5 hours. So if you can join me, I'd love to see you. All right. So if anybody spends any time watching any of this, thank you. If anybody spends any time watching the replay, it says, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. And I said, I'll be live tomorrow for the draft if anybody wants to join me. As always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.